Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Very warm welcome. Telecom is a very important sector, not technology-wise and the communication it gives to the general public and to special user as well, but financially, over decades, at least for the last 1 decade, that has supported the revenue stream of Pakistan, provided jobs to so many people, and now mobile phone and other solutions on the broadband are way of life in Pakistan, and we can't imagine doing our routine work now without it. That's a good thing that many companies have come to Pakistan and they have thrived, they have repatriated the profits, and they are doing well. One of the company is China Mobile Pakistan, doling out their services with the name of Zong. Because it's a Chinese company, it has connotations, and because it's a Chinese company, they are focusing on expanding and doing their business by bringing in new technology and giving better services. We have today with us the Director Corporate Affairs, China Mobile Pakistan Limited, Mr. Maham Dard. Maham Dard, a very warm welcome.
Thank you.
How would you like to, introduce your services? How they are more suited to current needs?
Well, look, first of all, Zong is the only carrier who has the largest 4G network, if you will. We started out in 2007, just to give you a quick background, with a 2% market share. In about 10 years, we're about more than 20% market share. We have done a lot of investment in our network infrastructure, in our quality of service. At that time, we only had 2G service, and now over the years, we have 2G, 3G, and 4G service. We have the largest network, like I said, in more than 350 cities of Pakistan, and we have about 75% market share in terms of our 4G services. So in order to take Pakistan to a new level of technological innovation, I think Zong is probably the most suited in providing its services to the people of Pakistan.
Yeah, that is one company. How the sector is moving? I've heard that sector is facing some problems.
The sector is moving, I think, pretty stable, I would say. Especially the 2014 auction for 3G and 4G license has a pretty big role to play in it. Yes, there are challenges like any other industry, but the evolution of 3G and 4G is pretty strong. So every telco has its own strategy, their own goals, their own paths. We have our own. So we are growing very strongly in terms of our business, in terms of our human resource, in terms of our research. We have come a long way, but we have a long way to go.
Long way to go. What do you think these 3G and 4G services are? Do you think that they can provide some sort of a backbone that would be very useful?
Well, absolutely. Look, first we have to understand what 3G and 4G is. 3G and 4G is third generation and fourth generation. So the in layman terms, if I say it's the speed of connectivity. For any country to advance economically, if you don't have a technological edge, or if you're not at par with the rest of the world, then you're obviously lacking behind. So the real evolution in Pakistan, in terms of its economy, in terms of its innovation, has started since 2014 when the 3G, 4G came. We were the only one to have the 4G license until recently, and we have invested a lot, like I said. And when I say we have invested, it means that we are providing more 3G and 4G coverage all over Pakistan in every sector. If you talk about healthcare, education, government, law and order, social sector, we are connecting Pakistan with the rest of the world. And the quicker, the better, the faster the connection will be, the country will take a pretty big step in its economical revolution, which is actually happening right now. So the 4G and 3G technology has a very, very strong and a leading role in taking the country to the next level.
The revenue you earn is obviously that come from the people of Pakistan, and in some cases very poor people, but they are using it, and that brings you to a point where you have some responsibility, especially at the corporate level. Are you cognizant of that?
Yes, absolutely. And I think Zong or China Mobile Pakistan. So let me say this. China Mobile Pakistan is actually 100% owned subsidiary of China government. We are not a private entity. So revenue is just one part of it. We're not so worried about revenues. What we are more worried and what we are more cautious about is how do we take this revenue from the people and invest it back on the people. That's more important for us. So we have a corporate social responsibility just like any other organization, but I think if you look at the industry, our CSR program, corporate social responsibility program, is probably the more mature one, if you will. And under this program, we have many different projects throughout Pakistan. If you go in Balochistan into the most remote area, in any village, you will see that you will get a Zong 4G signal. Now, I'm not talking just about a signal, I'm talking about 4G signal. Providing people with connectivity in terms of better education, faster and better quality healthcare, a more safer city, and more projects in social reform where we are helping poor people in many sectors is basically what we do on a daily basis. And that is what our goal is. At the end of the day, the government of China, China Mobile Pakistan, China Mobile Communication Corporation, the reason why we are in Pakistan is to help Pakistani people get to a more better quality of life.
All right. So here we take a break, and after the break we'll try to analyze how it should be a win-win situation and how the company is operating on that. So please stay with us.
It's diverse.
It's original.
It's SDTV.
Welcome back. So that's a vision. CSR is a vision. Do this company understand that it's part of your business strategy and it's different from philanthropy?
Absolutely. And I wish I had the map of Pakistan in front of me. We can show you the CSR projects, active projects that we have ongoing.
They're contributing to your business development. They should, because it's not philanthropy.
They're not contributing to our business. When you talk about business development, we're talking about earning revenues. That's growth, that's business development. This is not business development. This is taking money directly from our top line and putting it back to the people of Pakistan. And again, the one thing in our CSR program which is different to others is we don't just give a check. We don't just give money in cash. We have multiple projects aligned with our strategy in different sectors of Pakistan, like I said, education, healthcare. And we are providing in every project mostly. We have, yes, social sector and lead sectors like education, like law and order.
Right.
So we have multiple projects specifically designed through our technology. Whatever we do, we make sure that we are providing connectivity. So I wouldn't say this is just philanthropy. It's or business development. It's really helping the people of Pakistan.
But it must, help your business as well. No?
It helps our business from a standpoint that we are executing on our strategy. Yes.
Executing on strategy. Yeah. What are the projects? Would you share?
Sure, absolutely. We have multiple projects. So our latest project, we have doctors project. This is basically in certain areas of our country due to the culture, our females who are very capable, very educated. They are doctors in their own field, but they cannot go out of the house. So what we have done is we have provided our 4G technology at the doctor's house, and we have connected that doctor with multiple locations of hospitals. So the doctor does not have to go physically to the hospital. A patient just walks in to the hospital.
That is telemedicine.
Telemedicine, and they are connected through our 4G technology. And the doctor looks at the patients, looks at the reports, give them the medicines they want, and both sides are very happy. That's the major project we have. Now we are running this in all 4 provinces, and we're doing this for the last 6-7 months. It's been running very successfully. This is the doctors project. Like I said, we have a new project in the social reform side, where we are helping the young kids who are beggars at the street, and they in the morning they don't have time for education. We have a model school here in Islamabad.
Where?
In Bari Imam. It's a very small area. Female is running that, and we are providing our 4G connectivity. Also, we have a Zong volunteers program with the name of A New Hope. So our New Hope young kids, they go to this school on a weekly basis, and they provide free lectures and free information and free education to these young kids who otherwise would not have had this opportunity. Now, the third project that I would like to talk about is on the law and order situation. In Pakistan, as you're aware, people do not like to go to the police stations. It's not a very comfortable feeling to go into a police station for non-heinous crime. So if you want to renew your license, or you want to have your domicile, or you want to file a quick report, what we have done is in a few locations in Punjab, we have developed a service center in the middle of the city. So any female, any children, any people who are not comfortable going inside the premise of a police station, they will go to this service station. It's a very nice, comfortable area with air conditioners and latest 4G technology, and they can go in and they can get all their reports done or whatever services they want from the Punjab police. So like I said, we have a particular project in every single domain, and many others like this that we can talk about.
That is law and order.
This was law and order.
You were talking about.
Yeah.
And there are a few projects in, remote areas of Balochistan.
We do. In Balochistan, we have developed special 4G labs. Now, this is very important because you can think about an area where people are not connected through mobile technology at all. They don't have any access. And suddenly, we come in and we provide them the 4G capability. And then on top of that, we also provide them a physical infrastructure where the young kids or entrepreneurs who are very capable, but they don't have a platform, now they can go into a physical area. Now they have laptops, they have 4G connectivity, it's all free for them, and they can do all the research and innovation they want through Zong 4G.
Okay, that's wonderful. What are the challenges you face?
Telecommunication.
Broadly speaking, first, what is the future of telecom generally, not Zong, but generally in Pakistan?
Look, Pakistani telecommunication market is evolving. It's not very, I would say, it's very new for Pakistan to get 3G, 4G. It's only been 2 years. So the industry is evolving. Now, when the industry is evolving, obviously we have to grow our network. We have to grow our services. So in some parts of Pakistan, law and order is definitely one part of our challenge, and we have to deal with it. There are certain areas where we have a lot of ongoing trade across the borders. So providing connectivity at those remote locations is also sometimes a pretty big challenge. And the third one I would say is from a business standpoint, we feel that the taxes are a little high. So these are probably the high level, if you will, challenges that the industry is facing.
So taxation is one of the issue.
Yes, taxation is.
They're high and multiple, or just high?
Actually, they
or unprudent at time, I would say.
I would say, if you look at the overall level, and if you compare Pakistan with some of the other developing nations, the ratios are high, and we think that we can have better policies and processes for this emerging telecommunication industry. It will help the business. It will help us bring in more investment.
I was just other day thinking that I should talk to. Now, fortunately, you are here. Yeah. I saw a person who doesn't file a return. His income is, but he's paying on his card. Why don't you talk to government on that?
The person who is paying. So our job is
He's not liable for tax. His income is below that.
Actually,
but government is withholding tax.
This part of enforcement of tax from a common man, and to make sure that he records that tax, and actually you're talking about two things. One thing is, regardless of how poor a person is, one thing is tax filing. Even if you don't earn any money, you should still file a tax. Anybody should file a tax. The second part is whether the person should pay what level of tax. These are two different things. What you're talking about is the government takes tax, And again, we kind of take it on behalf of the government, but the person filing the tax or not filing the tax, that does not come in our domain. That is the government's job, FPR's job. So the government will be more better positioned to answer that question.
But he cannot get the refund.
He can. If he files the tax under his own bracket, then government has very clear
policies. He doesn't
policies.
fall in any bracket. He's below that.
So when he files it, so I think the problem that you're talking about is not about the tax itself. It's about a person is poor, we charge him tax on his recharge, but he doesn't get it back. He doesn't get it back because he doesn't file his taxes. If you file your taxes and you are below that normal average, then the government has very clear policies and processes.
I mean, at grassroots level, filing a tax regime compliance, that will take many years. Anyhow, and so how you are looking forward to get maximum out of that future and the opportunity that lies there?
Well, like I said, we are continuously investing in Pakistan. So far, we've already invested $2.5 billion over a period of 10 years in terms of our infrastructure, in terms of our capacity, in terms of our research. And we are continuously investing more money in Pakistan, again, not just from a business standpoint, but to make sure that China is a strategic partner of Pakistan and both governments have very good relations. So just in 2017, we have just announced that we will invest another $200 million in our 4G network expansion. So in the next 5 years, if you will, right now we are at about 300 cities of 4G coverage. We will continue to invest in bringing more coverage, more stable network. By the way, we are the best network in 4G, best network in Pakistan right now. We want to continue to maintain that position. And there are areas where we need to continue to invest more in providing more capacity and more coverage in Pakistan all over.
Right. So here we take another break, and after the break, we'll talk about the future and the way forward. So please stay with us.
It's diverse.
It's original.
It's SDTV.
Welcome back. So what is the future?
I think the future is very bright. Future is very bright because
What new things we are going to see in the future? Like 3G and 4G is brand new. Initially it was texting a message and receiving and making a call from the features phone. Now it's a smartphone and we are having 3 and 4G. What is new?
Yeah, actually that's a pretty good question. So I think the one thing that I would like to say is in the future things are going to be quicker,
Right.
faster, better. And that's because of the 4G technology. You can imagine 4G is 10 times more faster than 3G. And 4G is all about data. For 3G you can use data and voice together, but 4G is all about data. So I'll give you a very quick example. Let's say if there is something that is happening at any particular important location in Pakistan, and the media people are there, and this is actually what we're doing, and they want to cover that part of that happening, which is a major event for Pakistan. If they have the kind of technology they have will depend on how quickly they can put that information on air, whether it's a law and order situation or a media or any political gathering or anything for that matter, or a protest or whatever that may be. But so we are helping all sectors, particularly the media sector, in providing them the 4G technology to make that information available to public in a quicker, faster and better manner. So this is just like I said about the media. Same thing is going for law and order. If there is anything that happens in any part of the country, for the law and order agencies, if they have 4G technology, it will be easier for them to keep the people and the country safe. And again, you talk about education, you talk about government, things will be quicker, faster, better. Now we are providing 4G solutions to almost all of these industries, whether it's private, whether it's government, whether it's semi-autonomous, whether it's collaboration with the other countries. 4G is going to provide us specific and better solutions which Zong is already developing for almost all sectors, specifically catered for their requirement.
Do you think that's going to create some sort of an atmosphere where other companies would be forced to invest in 4G and other, and that will bring a very healthy competition and improve overall position of the industry and sector.
Definitely. And again, what I said.
Looking forward for new investment.
For sure, for sure. And we are continuously investing because the market is not saturated yet. 4G is still evolving. At least we, Zong, are continuously investing in bringing in more direct investment from China to making sure that the people of Pakistan benefit from it. So the evolution is ongoing. It's not stopped yet.
How much percentage of market has already been tapped? What do you think?
Well, I think
what depth is left?
Actually, this is it's a little tricky to answer that, and I'll tell you why. If you talk about 2G, the market may be capped. It's on the higher edges up to 100%. But when you talk about 3G and 4G, I think maybe more than 70% of the market is still remaining to be capped, and that is where the growth comes in. That is where the investment comes in. That is where our opportunity comes in to make sure that we continue to invest and grow our network.
Do you think some of the operators have capacity which was idle for some year and they're going to use that before they bring in new technology and invest on that?
I wouldn't talk about other network operators. I think what I would talk about is Zong itself.
Okay.
The capacity that we
I'm
have.
asking because of the investment. If the capacity is idle,
Yeah.
then first that would be utilized.
So I think again I'll talk about Zong in particular. When you have capacity, and if it's idle, then you're not growing on it. So it's not a good strategy to keep your capacity idle.
Right.
The better business sense would be if you have capacity, you probably want to sell it,
Wow.
and that's what we are doing. If we have capacity, why would we just keep it to ourselves? We would like to offer it to the people,
Right.
Through our coverage. And again, like I said, we have more than 300 cities covered by 4G, and we still have capacity. We'll continue to grow.
Any one-liner at the end, what you think is the future of this industry and how Zong is positioning along the people of this country?
I think it's going to be terrific. If you want one sentence or one word, it's going to be terrific. And the reason why I would say that, if you go to any university in Pakistan, and if you talk to any young entrepreneur or any young graduate and ask them, have they used 4G and how's the experience? I think it's a new world opening to our young grads, to our young businessmen, to our entrepreneurs, where they have a level playing field, at least from a technology standpoint, to compete in the world with any other developing nation. Yeah.
Thank you very much for appearing at PowerPoint. You have just heard the telecommunication had already grown, but now they are exploring new horizons, and for some years to come, and there would be a growth, and at least from the data point of view, the sector is not saturated, and companies are looking forward, including Zong, they're looking forward to invest more, and that will benefit the people of Pakistan. With this, we get leave. Next time, next guest, next topic. So please keep watching our programs.